Hi friends, it's Joan at 10 Pentacles Tarot, and I cannot even begin to tell you how excited I am about the deck that I'm going to review for you today. It's the In Between Tarot. Now, I've recently done reviews of Before Tarot and After Tarot, which present the tarot in as moving through time. Okay, so we have the Before Tarot, which happens one moment before the original Rider-Waite-Smith image, and the After Tarot is what happens one moment after the Rider-Waite-Smith image. So it seems like the images are fluid and moving through time. And now, today, I am going to review for you the In Between Tarot, which is also published by Lo Scarabeo, but it is by a different artist, different author, and it has a different concept. But again, it's about movement and about bridging the cards, bridging one card to another in the sequence that they come in the deck. So I'll show it to you. I hope I can do it justice. This is like so cool. Okay. So it's the In Between Tarot by Janine Worthington with art by Franco Rivoli. And it says exploring the spiritual space between the arcana. And that's both major and minor. This originally came out as a major arcana only deck, but then they redid it with both major and minor arcana. All right, so here we go. Published by Lo Scarabeo. That is one side. This is the other. Here's an end. And it says on the bottom, $35.99 in the U.S. It doesn't say any other prices for other countries. And it is a magnetically sealed box. But, I mean, some of you are going to say $35.99. Holy cow. Let me tell you what, I really think this is worth it. This is like, I'm so excited about this deck. Okay, so again, magnetically sealed box. Inside the box cover is the Ouroboros. And Lo Scarabeo always has really nice packaging on their book and deck sets. There's an insert for the cards and a ribbon to pull them out. But let's look at the guidebook first. So this is a matte finish soft cover book. This is what the back looks like. Lo Scarabeo. There's the scarab. And title page. This is published again by Lo Scarabeo. Is published in 2019. But I'll tell you what, this is the first, like, I vaguely heard of it, but yeah, I'm so glad I ordered this. Okay, table of contents, chapter 1, introduction to the In Between. So it talks about the emergence of the concept of how they came to this idea of presenting the tarot in this way. So I'll just read you a couple little sentences. The in-between concept first came about in a dream I had in 2010. In my dream, I experienced a continuous stream of energy which connects all of our human experiences. When I awoke, I thought about all the things that happen in our life that interconnect. There's a reason and purpose behind everything, from why when I met my husband to the career I'm currently pursuing, all the way down to this document that I find myself typing. From this, I started to think about how this applies to tarot cards and what a difference it can make to applying that concept of interconnection when carrying out our tarot readings. And that is so right. And she talks about how, reading one card at a time without connecting it to another is fine, but it's very limited. And when you can connect them and make a whole picture, it makes much more sense. So she talks about breaking with tradition and the concept of bridges. A bridge is a connecting, transitional, or intermediate route or phase between two adjacent elements, activities, or connections. And she talks about Athanasius Kircher's invisible knots, moving away from reading one card at a time, which I already mentioned, removing the borders. So the cards do have word borders, but she asks you to pretend they're not there. And then the In-Between deck originally came with majors only in 2012, which I already talked about. Chapter 2, guidelines for understanding the cards. Previous knowledge of the cards. It says a good working knowledge of tarot is useful but not essential. Each in-between card will have 3 cards within one, which will include the previous traditional card, the bridging in-between card, and the next traditional card. If you were then to lay all the cards out in a line, they would reveal a continuous story. Within each description of the card, there is an explanation of the symbology, corresponding elements, and astrological symbols and glyphs that are present within the card image in order to assist with deciphering each individual in-between stage. And we'll do a one-card pull at the end, and I'll read you, you can see how the book is written. All right, it talks about cyclic card families. Each card family, the majors go in a cycle, so it goes from the World back to the Fool. For Ace through 10 in each of the suits, it goes from 10 back to Ace, like from the end back to the beginning. It also goes, the court cards go from page to king and then back to page again. All right, so I'm probably making it sound more complicated than it needs to be, but forgive me if I am. Okay, it talks about use of the elements, use of numerology, use of symbology. It talks about the signs for the, oh my gosh, astrological signs and the lights and planets. And then approaching the deck gradually. So it says, as the in-between cards are related but different from the arcana a reader is used to, working with this deck may take a little time. If a reader feels uncomfortable with the in-between ways to use the arcana, the deck can still be used as a traditional deck. However, only by letting go of the traditional card-by-card mental framework and embracing the symbolic space between the arcana, a reader will be able to get the most from this deck. As with all journeys, it should not be urged, however, once completed, as with all journeys, it should not be urged. However, once completed, it will bring great benefits to the reader's understanding of tarot. Okay, that's a little confusing. Okay, chapter 3, the major arcana. So for each card, it has like 0, 1, the Fool, and the Magician connected. And then it'll talk source cards, 0, the Fool, 1, the Magician. Gives you Fool keywords, Magician keywords, and the in-between concept, a leap of faith into the unknown. So it talks about setting the scene, symbology within the card, and the in-between concept. And we will, like I said, we'll pull a card and read one at the end so you can see how it's written. So we have the Magician and the High Priestess. So we have 1 and 2, 2 and 3, the High Priestess and the Empress, and so on through the major arcana. And then, so it goes again from the World back to the Fool. And so, chapter 4, the minor arcana. So it talks about the suit of cups, the suit of coins, the suit of fire, and the suit of air. And then Ace and 2 of cups. Okay, so it talks about each 2-card team, if you will. The Ace and the 2 of Cups. Okay, source cards, Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups, Ace of Cups keywords, 2 of Cups keywords, in between concept. And I can't even tell you how excited I am about this. I mean, it's so cool. So then, again, the 10 of Cups goes back to the Ace of Cups. And then we have the Page, Page and Knight, Knight and Queen, Queen and King, King and Page again. As it goes in a spiral or a cycle. And it does the same for the coins or pentacles, the wands, and the swords. And then, at the end, we have chapter 5, reading with the in-between tarot. Single card readings, which we'll do a single card reading at the end. We have the bridge spread, and I'm really excited to show you some of these. And then the next step method it talks about using the deck with larger spreads, a word on reversals, exploring your in-between cards, and next steps, and about the author. And there's Janine Worthington. And here is the artist Franco Ravalli. And then we have a space at the end for personal notes, which is nice. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, that's a lot. And then that is the end. All right, so that's a really nice guidebook. we have, again, this beautiful ribbon to pull the cards out with. And let's take a look at the cards. So, of course, we have the title card, which all of the Los Scarabeo decks come with. I think it's kind of cool. And on the back, this is what the back looks like. That's very interesting. It's completely reversible. Well, okay. The Ouroboros' head, when it's upright, is at the top. And when you reverse it, the head is at the bottom. So, I mean, you'll be able to tell when they're reversed, but like it's not really that big of a deal. All right, the cards are medium weight, glossy cardstocks. The glossy, which means they're going to shuffle nicely, I think. I can already tell they're not sticking together. So I'll show you each card. So this is, okay, the card, if you want to use it as a regular tarot deck, the number of the card, 0, and the name of the card, the Fool, is at the bottom. Okay, but then if you look at the sides, we show the Fool and the Magician, which comes up next. And I love this card because look, the Fool has jumped off the cliff and he is now flying because he has magic. He gains what the Magician has to give him. All right, so let's look. I will just read the bottom card, but know that each card is the combination of the card before it and the card after it. So we have the Fool and the Magician. Well, you know what? I'm not going to read it that way. I might confuse you. I'm going to read both cards. So we have, even though this is the Magician card, it's the Magician and the High Priestess. This is the High Priestess and the Empress. The Empress and the Emperor. The Emperor and the Hierophant. The Hierophant and the Lovers. And look, he's marrying them. How cool is that? The Lovers and the Chariot. The Chariot and Strength. Strength and the Hermit. Which one, the card I'm reading first is actually the title of the card if you're going to use it as a regular tarot deck. Okay, so we have the Hermit and the Wheel and Justice. Justice and the Hanged Man. It's a little hard to see. I've got a weird angle here. The Hanged Man and Death. Oh, wow, I didn't see that coming. Death and Temperance. Temperance and the Devil. Oh, sorry, my dog's barking. Hopefully he will be quiet. The Devil and the Tower. The Tower and the Star. The Star and the Moon. The Moon and the Sun. Okay, he realized there's no imminent danger. He got quiet. All right, the Sun and Judgment. Judgment and the World. And then we go to the World, circling back to the Fool. Because we know that when we complete one cycle, we start another. So that totally makes sense. All right, then we have the Suit of Cups. So there's the Ace of Wands with the 2. The 2 and 3 of Wands. The 3 and 4 of Wands. The 4 and 5 of Wands. Oops. The 5 and 6 of Wands. The 6 and 7 of Wands. The 7 and 8 of Wands. The 8 and 9 of Wands. And the 9 and 10 of Wands. And you can see how they're combined together. This is like so cool. Okay. Oh, wait. There's the 10 and goes back to the ace. So there's the 10 of wands going back to the ace. So the 10 and the ace. And then we have the page and knight of wands. The knight and queen of wands. The queen and king of wands. And the king and page of wands. I just love this whole cyclic thing. Okay, now we have the suit of cups. The ace and 2 of cups. The 2 and 3 of cups. The 3 and 4 of cups. The 4 and 5 of cups. The 5 and 6 of cups. The 6 and 7 of cups. The 7 and 8 of cups. The 8 and 9 of cups. The 9 and 10 of cups. And the 10 and ace of cups again. Then we have the page and knight of cups. The knight and queen of cups. The queen and king of cups. And the king and page of cups. All right, now we have the suit of swords. Okay, so we have the ace and 2. The 2 and 3. The 3 and 4. The 4 and 5. The 5 and 6. The 6 and 7. The 7 and 8. The 8 and 9. The 9 and 10. And the 10 and ace. Oh, excuse me 1 second, please. Kitty? Kitty, no. Kitty, you're okay. Okay, sorry, I'm coming. All right. Okay, here we go. We have the page and knight of swords. The knight and queen. The queen and king. And the king and page. And now we have finally the suit of, oh, there it is. I wondered where that card was. This is the card, the Tarosophy card that Los Scarabeo always puts in there about how you can join the tarot associations worldwide. And there's information. If I remember, I will include that in the description box below. All right, so we have the ace and 2 of coins. The 2 and 3. The 3 and 4. The 4 and 5, the 5 and 6, the 6 and 7, the 7 and 8, the 8 and 9, the 9 and 10, and then we have the 10 and ace, and then we have the page and knight, the knight and queen, the queen and king, and the king and page. All right, so that's it. Those are all the cards. I'm sure if you want to really take a good look, just pause between the... Just pause and you'll be able to look at the cards more clearly. All right, so let's see how they shuffle. They shuffle nicely. They're stiff. That's the first time I've done the riffle on them. And so, yeah, they're stiff, but they are... Okay. They're stiff, but they riffle, shuffle, and I can shuffle them. Okay. All right. Hold on. Alright, so I'm feeling like we keep getting interrupted, friends. And so maybe there's something about interruptions today. Let's see if that ties into our reading. So Spirit, okay, there's our one card reading. It just jumped right out. I feel like this is what Spirit wants us to talk about right now. It is the Queen and King of Swords combo. The Queen and King of Swords. Okay, so let's see how that is written. So we have the King and Queen of Swords. All right, let me find it. Okay. Wow, I feel like this has been so interrupted. All right, here we go. So this card, the Queen and King of Swords. Let me show you it up close again, because that's an interesting card. What in the... Wow, guys, my candle just broke. The fire got too close to the edge and the candle holder broke. Okay, something's going on here, folks. Alright, so it says source cards, the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. The Queen of Swords keyword, experience and guidance. The King of Swords keyword, power and authority. And the in-between concept, when we put the two together, like what happens between the King and the Queen cards, confronting your demons. Okay. It says, the Pict is having to defend the children from attack by another tribe. He has been given the temporary role as protector and leader in the absence of the king of the tribe. The move from the Queen of Swords to the King of Swords is a subtle but strong transition. The strong mental qualities of the Queen are very much internalized. She is strong, but in an inner strength kind of way. The King shows a more outward display of strength and strategy. This move is not about physical strength, but actively using the knowledge he has in order to defend and act. This in-between stage can catch one off guard. They are big shoes to step into, and the transition can often take several years to achieve comfortably. Okay, so for me, this card is all about moving forward, using your inner strength to grow into a display of outward strength and strategy. So it's about actively using your knowledge to act, using your knowledge, your inner strength to bring it to the outside world. I mean, to bring it out into reality. Okay, so bringing your inner knowledge, your inner wisdom, your inner strength into outward reality. This is what I think. All right, so you know what? I'd like to do one of the minor arcana cards. Let's see if we can pull one of those to see how that's written. So let's do that. I think that's important. And I apologize for all the interruptions in this video. I hope they weren't too annoying. See, Kitty will just... The neighbors across the street have dogs that run around the neighborhood. And every time Kitty hears one or sees one, he feels like he needs to go out and fuss with it. So that's probably what was going on. Okay, there we go. All right, so this card is the 9 of Wands and 10 of Wands combo. And some other ones popped up, but I'm going to just use the top one. Okay, so here we go. It's the 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands. All right, so let's see how that one's written. I just feel like it's important to give you as much information as possible. All right, so the 9 and 10 of Wands. The source cards are, of course, the 9 of Wands and 10 of Wands. The 9 of Wands keywords are last stand and sustained effort. The 10 of Wands keywords are burden and intense pressure. And the in-between concept of the two is seeking help and shelter. So in other words, after your last stand, your sustained effort, you didn't get up, and now you have got to, take that burden and get it finished. Get the job done. All right. This card shows the movement from the 9 of Wands, defenses, to the 10 of Wands, burden. The couple have now put down their wands. They were once lit, but are now extinguished. There is no energy in this card. The man is carrying his partner with the last bit of strength he has left. There is no salvation for them in the forest. In the card, we can see a very dark, hostile environment. They're hiding in the forest, but for how much longer can they hide away? So, it says this in-between stage shows the need for help and assistance. The woman can no longer move, and she clings tightly to the light that once gave her such hope. In the Ace of Wands, Two of Wands stage. All right, let me read that again. That woman can no longer move, and she clings tightly to the light that once gave her such hope in the Ace of Wands to Two of Wands stage. Forward movement is their last hope. They have to keep pushing on with the last of their energy reserves. So keep pushing on. You're almost at the end is what I would tell the person. Just keep up your strength. Keep going. Keep going. Yes, you need help. You're almost there. All right. And then the next card, of course, is the Ace of Wands, 10 of Wands to Ace of Wands. Okay, so where the batteries are recharged of the person. All right, that, friends, was my review of the In-Between Tarot by Janine Worthington and Franco Rivoli. Franco Rivoli, of course, did the artwork. Janine Worthington did the writing. And it was published in 2019 by Lo Scarabeo. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you've not done so. It's completely free for you, and it helps me out a whole lot. Plus, if you haven't done so, hit the notification bell so you can be notified whenever new videos are released. I want to thank you for being with me today. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it is where you are, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.